welcome back for yet another exciting episode to feast your eyes upon.
Spring has sprung here in Cornwall and summer is very much on the doorstep. And with that has come the amazing profusion of wildlife.
And to kick it all off, we have an experience that many come to Cornwall in order to witness. All this coming up on
NatureWatch!
During the summer, the Cornish coastline becomes a hub for marine life. Species are migrating to and from, exploiting our nutrient-rich waters. Today, hopefully we're going to see one such species, the basking shark. Growing up to about 30 foot in length, it cruises through our waters feeding on zooplankton, which at the moment are blooming. So fingers crossed, wish us luck. So we've got absolutely amazing sight here. We've got a pair of Cornish choughs flying around these cliffs. Incredible acrobatic flight. There was a 60-year decline in them. They hadn't been seen at all. Then all of a sudden they were naturally reintroduced into the area, and it's great to see a pair of them around.
Plankton trawl by crew member Billy Heaney showed that the waters were thick with the shark's microscopic food. However, after several hours of searching, the daylight was starting to fade, and with it, so were our hopes of spotting a shark. But then,
I think it's safe to say we've had an absolutely amazing time. Basking sharks, barrel jellies and Cornish choughs. What a way to spend summer.
Wow, I mean, I tend to value all wildlife equally, but that day, I'm not going to forget that for the rest of my life. It was just incredible.
Yeah, it was fantastic, but not an experience that you can easily have. If you want to go see basking sharks, make sure you go out with an accredited operator and one that's going to follow all the rules and regulations when encountering these beautiful animals.
Now, after our trip, I headed inland to a popular seaside town called St Ives, and we were really keen to investigate the complicated relationship between the general public and a high-profile resident, the herring gull. Many seaside towns in the southwest have a large colony of herring gulls. Just here in St Ives, over 350 breeding pairs can be found. However, since the late 1960s, numbers have plummeted to such an extent that herring gulls have now been placed on the National Red List of bird species of highest conservation concern, and they're now protected by British law. Furthermore, exchanging sea cliff nest sites for rooftops and fresh fish for the contents of our bins has brought them into conflict with people. So I'm heading into town to find out the public's opinion of herring gulls. So when you think of herring gulls, I saw that you tried to get mobbed there. What's the first thought or what are the first words that come into your mind?
Well, they're attractive, but they're a bit of a pain next.
I think they can be a nuisance, definitely. So when you're out and about and things,
you see it. If it doesn't happen to you, you see it happen to someone else at least on a daily basis.
Yeah,
definitely.
Have you guys come across any problems with these gulls here?
we haven't today. We've just been for lunch by the front there, and to be fair, we didn't actually, we're having it outside, having a dog, and we didn't have any problems actually, to tell you the truth.
Despite the large numbers in towns and cities like this, they are actually declining. They've actually declined by 50% in the past 3 decades.
I'm very surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
Because, you wouldn't think it today, looking out there.
No! Lunchtime, and I can feel that I'm being watched. There's seagulls behind me, in front of me, they're flying around, ready to go in for my pasty, which really and truly you can't eat in peace.
What's really interesting is how adaptable herring gulls have become to our own coastal environments.
Yeah, and they are in need of conserving. To think that they've declined by 50% in the last 3 decades is really sad. But if you do get the chance, actually just sit down and watch them, because they do display some intricate behaviours and are actually really fascinating.
Now, we're all very familiar with gulls and other birds and the bees and the butterflies around us. But there are other animals that are just as numerous, but we don't always see them. So we had a special guest come to the campus recently to discover the mysterious and wonderful world of small mammals. Mice, voles and shrews are one of Britain's most abundant groups of mammals, but you very rarely see them, even though they're right under your feet.
So to give you an insight into the mysterious world of mini mammals, we are joined by special guest Nick Baker, everybody.
Should be a fanfare there, right? Ta-da! Right, we're here.
So I think we should just get stuck in, because we have a few mammals with us today, and we're going to start off with voles.
Okay, down this end.
Yes, we have some
I've got to take your word for it, you see, because at the moment we can't see much in there. So
they are definitely in there last I checked.
Yeah, absolutely. So in here we have 2 field voles.
Okay.
And in this one we have some...
You want to bring them up a little bit closer?
Oh, here we go, perfect. On that side you can see them.
Oh, look.
There's absolutely
all bundled together.
And quite distinctive because they're small tail, right? That's
So this is the short-tailed field vole. So yeah, they've got this kind of. Well, I'm assuming we got something else in there.
Yes, some bank voles.
There's bank voles. Okay, they're quite good things to sort of compare and contrast, really, because the field vole is a much greyer beast, has a shorter tail. And it's, I can never remember the fact about the ears. Can you remember the fact about the ears? One of them's ears stick out a bit more.
Yeah, bank voles a bit more stickier ears.
There we are. Thank you. Yeah. So when you're doing mammal trapping, or even just curious as to the animal that's appeared in your kitchen or loft, as students, I'm sure you share many of your digs with rodents and various guys.
When you compare it to mice as well, they're considerably larger, aren't they?
Yeah, they're much. They're like this gorgeous, aren't they? I mean, I just love the overall look about them. You clean them out, especially for the film.
These are a fresh clean tag. Yeah. Bank voles are a bit smelly last I checked.
Have a whiff of that.
Because they continuously dribble, you know. They've got terrible toilet habits, and they dribble continuously. Yeah. But that's all part. They're supposed to do that. It's not, when we dribble, things have gone wrong. But when a vole dribbles, it's actually what they're supposed to do, and they leave these urine trails all around their runs, basically, which is kind of a territorial marker.
Voles are herbivorous, so they eat things like seeds and grasses, but things like mice, they're a lot more opportunistic and actually can eat insects as such. So Pete, you have some there.
Yes, we have one wood mouse that we caught on campus this morning.
I don't believe you.
We did.
I don't believe you. Where is
it?
But a wood mouse is and you can catch these. I don't know if you've done this, but you can put Longworth mammal traps, which is imagine how you caught these things. You can stick them in tops of trees and I still catch these guys.
Really? I didn't.
They're very arboreal, and that's because they've got the toolkit that allows them to do that. So when this,
well, there you go. It's very
here we go.
This is kangaroo back legs.
This is a juvenile. This is a youngster, isn't it? This is not one of. This is a last year's babies. I can just tell they've got that kind of look about them, but long tail, and they've got these quite jumpy hind limbs, so they're quite good at leaping. Whereas our voles aren't so good at that.
And they got considerate, like you can just tell in how they look with these huge ears and eyes as well. When you compare that to voles, they depend a lot less on their smell.
Well, it'll be a very Catholic diet code for voles as well. Like, you know, you're going to get insects and don't eat meat when you come across it as well. And these will scavenge quite happily.
Yeah, so if you're doing any live trapping of any animal, your responsibility starts the moment that trapdoor shuts. If you haven't provided for all the possible outcomes, it's just not cool, really.
But it's a great peculiarity to have, and I think getting involved in mammal trapping is a great look into the inside of the mammal world, because you don't see it, as I say, it's a wonderful insight of the natural world. So if you've got the right training, read your stuff, prepare the right food, but go and do it, because it's fantastic.
Absolutely. And we'll go release this mouse back into the wild. But for now, thank you so much, Nick, for joining us.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I'm a bit
Fantastic.
disappointed by the harvest mice, but there we go. Oh no, there's one there. What's coming out?
Come on.
This is a shot to end it all.
We'd like to thank Derek Gow for providing some of the animals seen in that clip. And if you've been inspired by today's episode to go and do some mammal trapping for yourself, please feel free, but do take an expert with you who's been trained up and can show you the ropes.
Now, unfortunately from us, it's a goodbye, as this is our last NatureWatch episode. Guys, it's been a good run. I'm going to really miss this.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Loved every minute.
It really has been, but fear not, there's 3 new presenters and we've already sent them out on a mission to Porthcaris to see what's going on underneath the waves.
Hi, I'm Ellie.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Billy.
And today we're here at Porthcaris, which is on the southeast coast of Cornwall.
This is reputedly one of the best places in the UK for diving, and we're going to try some snorkeling today.
But unfortunately, the elements are against us, and the sea state seems more suitable for surfing. But we're going to give it a go anyway.
Hi guys.
Alright.
Not too bad. How was it out there?
Oh, it's brilliant. Snorkeling amongst the rocks and the seaweed and just seeing the diversity of life. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really interesting. We saw crustaceans and anemones. It was good, yeah.
And so where we are now, so we're on Porthcaris, just near the Manacles Reef, which is a marine conservation zone, and it's just a core hub for loads of marine wildlife.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's a great thing about Cornish wildlife, it's actually a challenge not to find some amazing natural history right here in your doorstep. But good luck guys, we can't wait to see what you have for us on our next
Thank you.
episode.
Thank you.
And from all of us here on the NatureWatch crew, goodbye.